Alright, good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you guys can see and hear me fine. Alright, let's start with NASDAQ. If we look at the daily time frame on NASDAQ, we had this strong area of resistance here, and it looks like we're finally breaking past that. Usually, I'd say this looks very bullish, but there's a daily supply zone here, which so far we've been rejecting. Maybe today we can break past it. Daily. Like yesterday we rejected it. But even though we rejected it yesterday, we still haven't really broken. We still haven't made like lower lows or anything. Like on the 4 hour time frame, it just looks very choppy. Which I expected just because it was FOMC. Like I didn't expect a crazy day. Mainly just because of all of the earnings that were coming out. You gonna take a trade today? Market's back to normal. Yeah. Hopefully they're back to normal. I mean, I think they should be back to normal. Because all the big news came out. But it could be choppy today. I'm gonna mark this out as a 4 hour supply zone up here. I mean, the 4 hour time frame looks very choppy, which sucks. I thought that with FOMC and like all the earnings coming out yesterday, that the overnight session would kind of show us, what was their reaction from earnings. There really hasn't been a good reaction, from anything. It's been very sideways. Like, even if you look at when the earnings came out, right at 4 p.m. Eastern, they came out. I mean, it sold off, then it recovered very easily, and then market opened up overnight, and I mean, it's mostly moving sideways. How big is this range, though? I mean, but there was kind of good volume overnight, but it mostly looks choppy. Where's VWAP? Oh, yeah, and it's chopping up at VWAP. We'll see. It's crazy too because I've barely traded this week, but it's just one of those weeks where you really just have to wait for the market to actually be good, because it's been a while. I saw gold yesterday, crazy move up. And I was like, oh, like gold's going up, like Nasdaq about to sell off, but Nasdaq really didn't do much. Okay, 1 hour time frame. Don't see much. Yeah, this is tough. I wish I had a zone somewhere here, but I don't see any. This kind of looks like a 90-minute supply zone. Okay, I like that 90-minute zone. If you zoom in on it, as soon as we tap this 50% line, plus this daily zone, which they perfectly align, it was a clear rejection. So I like that. How far away is it from price? 118 points. I mean, we could get up here once the market opens up. Take a buy or sell off of these areas. I'm thinking though, obviously if price breaks these highs, the 400s would be the next stop. If we really get above the 400s, then I think all-time highs is the next stop, whether it's today or next week. Yeah, we're very close to all-time highs. I could see the market opening up and just shooting straight up. But then again, like I could also see it selling off just because we've rejected this area so many times. And now that I look at it, I guess we're making lower lows, lower highs. I kind of forgot what that's called. I'm pretty sure it's lower highs. Yeah. But we're not making lower lows. So it's like, it's not a real, there's no real structure there. Um, you know what? This looks like a really good, is that? It kind of looks like a 90-minute supply zone here. Kind of. I mean, I'd say so. I think it's a good move. So, I'm thinking if price gets below this 50% line, basically if it breaks these lows, the next stop could be this wick here, or this 4-hour demand zone all the way down here. I can see that happening. Let's check if there's another zone though. Okay, this looks like a 45-minute demand zone, which could be a good target for shorts if I do take it. This here also looks like a 45-minute demand zone. I'm not going to mark it out since I already have that 90-minute zone, but it's just good to know that it's there. Another zone I'm seeing is this 45-minute supply zone right here, which like I could mark because it hasn't gotten ran through, but at that point it's just way too many stacked zones. I can't even tell what's what there. Maybe if I color it differently, but I really don't need the zone. Yeah, since I have this 90-minute zone, plus it's just all a huge area of supply. 4-hour daily time frame, 90-minute, 45-minute. Just a strong area of supply. Down to the 30-minute. This is also a 30-minute supply zone. And that looks like that's it. Nah. I was gonna say maybe this 30-minute, but it's not. Okay, down to the 15-minute time frame. Which, yeah, there's not gonna be much around this area. Same thing, like this could be a 15-minute supply zone. But at this point it's just stacked zones. So I rather focus on the bigger time frame zones. Yeah. That looks like that's it. I mean, I could check the 10-minute and 5-minute, but I don't know. I think it's kind of pointless. Yeah. Because it's not like I'm going to take trades off of a 5-minute zone. It's very rare for me to do that. I mean, this looks like a 5-minute zone here. It actually looks pretty clean on the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, but on the 1 minute, it just doesn't make sense. so I'm not gonna mark it. All right, that's it for Nasdaq. Honestly, I'm thinking of taking the breakout, this huge range breakout, which I'm thinking that we should get a good reaction this market open because of all the news that came out. I think the only way it would be choppy today is if there's more news that's coming out. I mean, like I could see it being choppy, I'm not gonna lie, cuz Apple earnings comes out later today once the market closes. But we'll see. A lot of big news came out yesterday, so why wouldn't we have a decent reaction? Did you trade yesterday at all? No, no, I didn't. I was looking at the charts. Like I was watching Powell speak and looking at the charts, and I guess you could say I was like paper trading, but I wasn't actually. I was just placing like fake trades. Really just really bored. And I'm pretty sure all the trades that like I would have taken like lost. So I'm glad I actually didn't trade because I would have gotten chopped up. I was thinking about showing up for FOMC like to actually trade, and then I saw that Tradeovate was down, so I was like, nah, like I really shouldn't risk it. Plus, I had a feeling that it'd be choppy because of earnings. So that was another reason to why I didn't trade. Okay, let's look at US 30, which on the daily time frame it looks very very choppy. But on the daily time frame, we have this daily demand zone over here. Okay, okay. Down to the 4-hour time frame. Um Damn, look at this price action over here. That looks horrible. This was a clean 4-hour supply zone, but I'm pretty sure it got ran through. So I'm gonna double check. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, I don't like that. That's tough. Mark this right here as a 4-hour. Oh, that this one's also a 3-hour demand zone. Ooh, I'm like feeling dizzy. Maybe I'm dehydrated. Like I feel lightheaded. Okay, this is a good 3-hour supply zone up here, which I really like because of these rejections over here. I mean, this could be a good 3-hour, but I just don't like this small candle there. Down to the 2-hour time frame. This is a 2-hour supply zone. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like how US 30 looks. I know it's too early to judge it, but I don't know. Looks very choppy. This is a really good 90-minute demand zone at the bottom of the range, which is, damn, 100 points away. I thought it was closer. I mean, we could easily get down here once the market opens up and catch a good move, but damn, I thought it'd be closer. Now, what I'm really looking for is a zone above this area here, which is kind of going to be hard to find because of this huge wick here, but we'll see. Yeah, what is this wick anyways? It happened at 6:30. Huge pump up and then it recovers all the way down. Kind of random. Random time. Down to the 30-minute time frame. Not seeing much. Honestly, I'm hoping US 30 goes down. That way I can take a trade off of this 90-minute demand zone. That's like my only hope right now. NASDAQ, I mean, is the opposite. I'm hoping it goes. Eh, NASDAQ is fine either way. But I feel like the better zones are all the way up here, which is just far. Yeah, at this point. Plus, it's below VWAP, so it's better that it just goes down from here. So I'm thinking if the market opens up below 128, if it opens up below this 50% line here, I think the shorts are going to come in, and I think they would come in up until at least this wick here, which I'll mark as liquidity. But in reality, I would be targeting this 45-minute demand zone. Just playing it zone to zone. And then we'll see if I miss this move right here, which is a possibility, then I would just wait for it to tap this 45-minute zone. Damn. Honestly, like, it's not looking good for me. At least on US 30. I think NASDAQ looks fine. But with US 30, there's really not much trade opportunity for me if it goes up higher. Which is why I'm hoping it goes down. It's not like I'm bearish, It's just I'm hoping it goes down so I could potentially take a trade down there. I'm like double checking if there's any zones, but yeah, there's nothing. I think US 30 is gonna have a really good day. And the reason I say that is just because it's been in the same area for two almost 3 days. Let me measure it actually. Okay, 2 days, which is crazy because it's such a small area. Yeah, like 400 point area. Very tiny. Like, the way I see it is just like we are in the opening range from Tuesday, basically. Where is it? Yeah, because look, this was the opening range on Tuesday right here. And we're literally still inside of it. And I think it's mostly because of earnings and FOMC, which is why I'm thinking today should be a better day. But I gotta remember, it could very much still be a choppy day. So it just kind of looks like the markets are waiting for something else, I'm just not sure what. Maybe it's the high impact news at 10, right? I could see that. Okay, yeah, that's it for the zones on US 30. I'm trying to double check if I missed anything, but I'm not seeing much. I mean, this could be a 15-minute supply zone here, but I'm not going to take a trade off of it. I don't think I am. Where's VWAP? Yeah, look at VWAP on US 30, just moving sideways on it. And it's kind of the same thing on NASDAQ, kind of, which is honestly a bad sign. So I'm hoping the price action changes as soon as the market opens up. If not, then it might be a no trade day for me. So much sell signals on the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. I'm bearish. Honestly, I'm always bearish. I love taking shorts, which is honestly, it's just bad. But for some reason, the shorts just, they really have my heart. Like, I don't know, something about it. It's just way better. My short trades are way better. They hit TP quicker. They're more dramatic most of the time. I mean, with longs, like, it's very rare, you know? Maybe not. But I just think I've had better short trades overall. Maybe that's just me, though. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna actually chart a bit higher in case the market does pump up. I mean, now that I think about it, all the news that came out yesterday really was bullish. Like, I guess Papa Powell, he was bullish. I'm pretty sure most of the earnings were bullish. I think. I have to double check that. I'm not sure, but I think they were bullish overall. Either way, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, it could be really good news and the market just sells off. So it's really just up to how will the market react to it. Okay, that's good. 5 more minutes for market to open. Yeah, like on NASDAQ, I really just see this range here. And I really want to see a breakout out of it. Whether it's longs or shorts. I'm hoping it's short so we aren't close to all-time highs. Honestly, it would suck for me for all-time highs to break. I'm not a good all-time highs trader. Unless it's like crazy bullish, you know? But last year, every time we were at all-time highs, it was just like not fun at all. Oops. Sometimes though, when it is at all-time highs, it's like a really crazy bullish market. And like really volatile. But I feel like recently, especially the past year, it was just like low volume, slow moves up most of the time. Wow, US 30 looks nasty. It's definitely been struggling to go anywhere. This right here looks like a nasty fake out as well. This huge wick here, It to me it just looks like it attempted to it attempted to I don't even know, break out of this range, and then it completely failed. You know, it looks like it just failed to make newer highs, at least on the bigger time frame. All right, 3 more minutes. I think this is it. I feel like I don't have to mark all the way down here, but I will just in case. Oh, this looks like a really good 1 hour demand zone. Honestly, it's kind of useless since it's all the way down here and it's inside a 4 hour zone. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna drink more water because it made me feel better. I don't know why. I really felt like the room was spinning for a second. And then if it's a slow open, maybe I'll be patient and wait for 10 a.m. See if the market changes after that. If the market doesn't look good after 10 a.m., probably call it a day and see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what's on this Trump tracker here. Oh, 11 a.m. cabinet meeting. I'm pretty sure that's going to be public, maybe. And 4:30 Oval Office announcement. Both with White House press pool coverage for high visibility. Okay. I just thought about the Trump and Nicki Minaj thing. I actually haven't seen it. My mom told me about it and I was like, I need to see that. I don't know why. It just sounds really funny. Honestly, it's kind of random too that she's doing all these things with I don't know, with politics. You know, she's supposed to be a rapper. Oh gosh, an ad. Can you please check gold trade and Tradeovate? My chart doesn't more. If your gold chart isn't if your gold chart looks weird on Tradeovate, you're most likely on the wrong I guess the wrong ticker. Try to find another gold until it looks normal. Okay, here's the market open. Nasdaq so far is bouncing off of this 90-minute demand zone. US 30 so far is breaking past a 15-minute zone, which is also right at VWAP. I feel like usually, potentially, I would take a trade off of this 15-minute zone. I just don't like it personally. I rather trade a bigger time frame zone, and it's also right at VWAP, so don't like that. Yeah, if the next candle here breaks the highs, usually I would go long. I'm not gonna try it out today though. Oh, yeah, I didn't break the highs. Nasdaq looks like it's retesting VWAP. I think if Nasdaq rejects VWAP, we'll definitely break below 128. In order for me to take the shorts on Nasdaq, I need to see at least a 1 minute candle close below 128, which might happen. Let's see. Okay, I like that candle close. If it breaks the lows on this candle, then I'll go short. Yeah, I need to see it break the lows soon though. Okay, it closed below 128, which is good. So I'm in short here. I'm going to put my stop loss at 138. I like where the stop loss is too. It's right above this 50% line. My take profit is going to be around the 60s. Yeah, around 0.60, which is a white line. Honestly, though, I think if TP does hit, it does have a good chance of going way lower to like the zeros all the way down here. I'm gonna go break even here. This is getting very close to TP. I might trail it soon. Okay, this is TP here. Let's see if it breaks the lows. There it is. I like that. Trailing it here, and I got out. I think it could go way lower. If I didn't have the trailing drawdown, I would hold this. Oh my god, I was so close. Oh gosh, I should have known. No. I I totally forgot that I was very close to 2500. I could have gotten over 2500. I could have gotten over the drawdown. Shit. It's still really good, but if I have known that I was that close, I would have held it just a bit more. Honestly, though, I think it could go down to the 90s, 990, all the way down here. Like I said, if it wasn't for that trailing drawdown BS, I would have held this for sure. But that was a really good trade. Nasty, nasty. And then what? US 30 did the opposite thing? What the heck? This is. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't trade US 30. I mean, yeah, no. The shorts were very clear on NASDAQ. For sure. That's nasty. Damn. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But either way, we're very close to 2500, which is really good. Really good. Let me look at TradeZella. TradeZella, where is it? First time I follow your trade, 2K. 2 minis. Let's go. Oh my gosh. What a gambler. W's. Okay, it hasn't refreshed. Yeah, that trade with 2 minis is nasty. It's perfect though. Oh, okay. Hey, I made more than my losing day. And Tuesday was a no trade day. Um, but I don't know what happened here, not gonna lie. It's a break even trade. Alright, on Tuesday, like I got off stream and I tried to trade. I was in a trade for an hour and 30 minutes just to get hit break even. But lesson learned, not to do that shit again. Anyways, that win there was bigger than my losing day on Monday, slightly, which is really good. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Like I could have held this to at least 0.31. This white line over here, that would have been perfect. Either way, I TP'd lower than my usual TP, which is perfect. The entry was perfect. Stop loss was perfect. Everything about this trade was A+. And everything about this trade reminds me of why I need to stop trading on Monday and Tuesday when it's FOMC week. So, when next FOMC week, whenever that is, you will not see me trade an actual funded account on that Monday and Tuesday, because it's gonna be the same thing unless some crazy news comes out that Monday and Tuesday on FOMC week. I promise you it will be choppy, or you will see weird price action. Same thing with FOMC day. In the morning, it's gonna be choppy, it's gonna be nasty. Like if you look at yesterday's open, the opening range was very tiny. And then this is a 5-minute time frame. Even though it did end up selling off, it sold off in a very choppy and slow way. And also this range here is also small, right? So huge lesson learned for the beginning of the year. Okay, I want to see if NASDAQ taps 89, which would have been I would say it would have been my actual TP if I actually held this trade. So I'm trying to see if it would go a bit lower here. It's crazy too because it's such a small move. It looks like a small move, right? These 1-minute candlesticks, but they're actually pretty big. Like this 1-minute candle here is almost 200 ticks by itself. So there's definitely really good volume. And it's getting very close to TP here. Or not TP, but like an area where I actually would have targeted. There's also liquidity down here. It's yesterday's wick from when earnings came out. That nasty move down. And a 45-minute demand zone. This is good though that we also broke out of this nasty range here. That's exactly what I wanted to trade. And I said it. I was like, I want to trade the breakout. And I said I think it should happen because of all the news that came out. It's really, yeah, there we go. This was my actual TP here. I'd be surprised if it gets below the 950s. If it gets below the 950s, I think it could touch up on the 900s. And this is a 4-hour demand zone down here. So we'll see if it bounces off of that or if we push right through it. Let me look at the bigger time frame. Oh, okay, yeah. This area as well, this area that we're tapping into right now, on the bigger time frame, it should be a support, right? Because it was an area of resistance before. So if we don't bounce off of this area and we rip right through it, then I think we'll go all the way back down eventually. I think we'll go all the way back down to the bottom of the range. But technically, it should bounce off of here, right? Since, we broke through this area of resistance, it should kind of turn into support. If it bounces off of this area, like actually, honestly, I think all-time highs are they're going to be here pretty soon. If we bounce off of this area today. But yeah. Nasty trade. Let me see what US 30. Oh my god. It's a nasty wig. That trade also, I took that trade within the first 3 minutes of market open. Yeah, first 3 minutes of market open, and I was done 3 minutes later. So this is my usual move that I catch. This is also why I usually say, like, the best moves happen the first 15 minutes. So you'll get the most volume. And that's, if you look at, like, my recent winners, they're very quick. Like, you would think I'm trading on news sometimes. But no, it's because I trade very early on into open. So most of the winners are, like, really volatile. And they go straight to profit. It's a very specific move. The chart is stuck on Trade-O-Bait. Other charts are working nicely, but gold and E-micro doesn't. Oh, that's weird then. You might need to contact Trade-O-Bait if it's actually paused or something. Or who knows, they might actually be having even more issues. Yeah, I'm a bit confused on US 30. I mean, the only reason I see it rejecting this area here is because of this nasty wick here. Yeah, it looks like it got this liquidity here, these highs, and then it completely reversed. Would I have caught that short? No, because I don't have a zone. But still a nasty move down from up there. Yeah, 200 points. Everything's really volatile, which is really good. This is what we wanted, especially after FOMC. And I think tomorrow should be a good day as well because of Apple earnings. We have Apple earnings, Visa earnings, which I'm pretty sure is part of US 30. And then on Friday, we have American Express earnings, which I'm also pretty sure are part of US 30. I think. I'm pretty sure. Verizon. Is Verizon part of US 30? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Let me see. Let's see what's on US 30. Yeah, American Express is the fifth company. Visa is the eighth. Apple is the 14th. That's good to know. And oh yeah, Verizon is the 30th company. All right, let's do a quick trade recap on this. I'll post in the. I'll post. What am I saying? I'll post. Oh damn! I never really journaled my loss on Monday. I totally forgot about it. I'm gonna have to go back and get those older trades. Get it over with today. So when was Monday? 26. Yeah, I posted that loss on Monday, and like the comments were bro, it just reminded me of why I don't like posting losses. Like it's not even an ego thing. It's the comments. It's just like you post a loss and like people just say like, "Oh, like they basically just call you dumb for losing a trade," which sucks because a lot of big winners lose a lot in trading. Like it's completely part of it. Yet you get trolled for posting those losses. So it's just nasty. Oh, that's a bad recording. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. I'm trying to find the trade that I took on Monday so I could journal it. Okay, here was the first trade on Monday. That was a trade that went straight to a stop loss, which is the worst feeling, but like it's definitely gonna happen a bunch. Okay, so this was the first trade. I can clearly see why I took the trade. So I took longs on US 30 after a 1 minute. Closed above 50% of a 90-minute supply zone. Trade went straight to stop loss. That was the first trade on Monday. And the second trade happened exactly 2 minutes later. And it was also a trade that went straight to stop loss. And I see why I took shorts here. And I posted this loss to, and someone was like, "Oh, she took a loss on long, so she went short." And it's like, I could see that, but it's not what I was thinking. I took a long on US 30 that was wrong. Then I looked at NASDAQ and I saw it rejecting this supply zone. So then I took a short. It's not like I just, I got stopped out, so let me go the other way. Like, it wasn't that. It was, I saw an actual trade, so I took it. Okay, so I journaled Monday. That's perfect. I'm also gonna put that for Monday, I shouldn't have traded because of FOMC. I shouldn't have traded because it was FOMC. The markets were choppy. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. Damn, does anyone else have an issue with spelling out Wednesday? Like, every single time I get it wrong. Wednesday. It's not popping up. Like, the autocorrect doesn't even know what I'm trying to say. Wednesday. Oh my god. Okay, I found it. See, this is why it's spelled WEDNES day. That pisses me off. Okay. Alright. Monday. Thursday. Let me move this. So, on this trade, I saw a 1 minute candle close below 128, which even before I took the trade, I said the only way I'm taking short is if I see a 1 minute candle close below it, and then if it breaks the lows very soon after that. And that's exactly what happened. A 1 minute candle close. I put an order on this low here. Next candle opens up. It kind of retests this 50% area, but it ends up closing below that 50% line. Next candle opens up. Immediately it shoots down. I get entered in short, and then you see that dramatic breakout, which is still breaking out even lower. Right now, it just made newer lows. So that's nasty. And then also, notice how, boom, after the first 15 minutes, you get a 1 minute candle close below this 50% line, which usually I would go short on this, but the timing is completely off, right? Usually the best breakout happens around 9:30, where this breakout here I would have lost on, because I would have taken it, right? Like, the entries would have been perfect, but the timing is off, right? Because it's after the first 15 minutes. You usually see a pullback by that time. Usually it's a small one or a big one. And I would have gotten stopped out on this. Honestly, I wouldn't have taken this trade here because I already missed the breakout, right? If I missed this trade here, I missed the breakout. And this was a trade that I would, last year around this time, I would have taken. Why? Because last year around this time, I was not trading the first 15 minutes. And I don't know exactly why I did that. I think it was mostly, I don't even know why. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm trying to think, like, what actually was a good reason to me not trading the first 15 minutes. Like, I do remember at one point it was because of the opening range. I was like, oh, like, I want to see the opening range. But then what would happen is I would see my A plus setup happening within the first 15 minutes. So I changed it. I promise you guys, as soon as I started trading breakouts, the first 15 minutes, I've gotten way better trades, way better entries. Like, if I took this trade down here, it wouldn't have played out because the breakout already happened. But yeah. Let me screenshot this. This trade also played out 200 points or 800 ticks if I held it, right? Honestly, that would have only have held it to the 989 mark, which is this 45-minute demand zone. But yeah, I think there's really good volume. And in 4 minutes, news is going to come out. So you might even have a good opportunity to take a trade. If you miss that first trade, took shorts. Took shorts on NASDAQ after a took shorts on NASDAQ after a 1 minute candle close below 50% line of a 90 minute demand zone. TP was a 1 to 2. This played out to a 1 to 7. Crazy RR potential. And the reason I journal like what the trade could have been is because if most of my winners go to, I don't know, let's say 1 to 5 RR, and I'm closing them out at a 1 to 2, then it could boost up my confidence for my next winning trade. I mean, I know currently, like, I'm not really holding the trades longer because of that trailing drawdown, which, damn, if I knew I was this close to that 2,500 mark, like, I would have held it just literally just 2 seconds more, and I would have been over it, but it don't matter. We'll be back again tomorrow. And with tomorrow, since it's Friday, I have a good track record with Fridays. But also this week has been like, it hasn't been tough, but I did take a loss on Monday. So if I take a loss tomorrow, I'm going to make sure that if I take the first loss, be very picky with the second trade, or just take that small loss and then call it a week. But yeah, that's crazy. Today was the last, or no, tomorrow is the last trading day of January. Crazy. First month is already down. And I'm over halfway of the balance goal, which is good. Slow and steady wins the race. Is there a 30% rule too? Yeah. If you're talking about Apex, yeah. Why did you not expect price to go into that wick? Where, on US 30? Because I don't look at wicks. I look at supply and demand. That's why I didn't expect it. That's also why I didn't trade it, because I didn't have any good zones. Whereas in NASDAQ, I had a very clear good zone that it was right at. So that's why. Just passed my take profit trader account on that sell. That's good. Yeah, I know, like, passing take profit trader accounts are the best feeling because you're forced to trade 5 days. So that's good. Demos, evals, funded. These are these are demos, funded accounts. Yes, that's what they are. So it's fake money that you can get paid out. That's really what it is. Oh my god, look at this sell off. It broke past this 4-hour demand zone here. Now I'm thinking it could go down to 670. Maybe not soon, but I think that for sure is the next stop. Let me look at the bigger time frame. Break views. If you look at the 4 hour time frame and you zoom out on NASDAQ, this area is the area that I said it should bounce off from, right? Because it was resistance turning into support. But I said if it didn't act as support, then I'm sure the next stop is going to be at the bottom of this huge range. I'm not sure if it's going to be today. But I think eventually we will get down here. Which honestly is good news to me because I didn't want this shit to go up higher. Oh, that's funny. I didn't want it to go up higher because I'm bad at trading all-time highs. That's literally the only reason. This is not surprising though. Like, it's not surprising. I wonder what tomorrow will bring us. No, this was a nasty trade. If I held it from the original, maybe I should have left the runner. Now that I think about it, like I don't even have to hold the whole thing. I could have just sold 4 micros and stayed with 1 micro, and I would have definitely made more money. That's crazy. Crazy move down. Even the 4 hour candle. 4 hour candle looks nasty. I mean, geez. But tomorrow, what I'll be looking at is how the daily candle closes. If this daily candle does close inside of this range, then I honestly think we'll see it go lower down to this range here, right? Or even down to this little trend we have here. I could see that happening as well. But if the daily closes out with just a wick down here at the bottom and it closes out above this area of resistance, then I think all-time highs is next. So we'll see what happens. Right now it looks crazy bearish. I mean, it's like tempting to get another trade because it looks so good. Like this is volume that you could potentially FOMO into and still win the trade. That's what this volume is giving. When will you withdraw 52,600? No, I'll be withdrawing when the balance is at 4,600. So I really just need around 2,000 more. But it's taking me basically a month to get to this point. But I think it's taking me this long because of the trailing drawdown. Like, to me, it's just stressful. First of all, trailing drawdown, I hate it. So I told myself, once you hit a 1-2, lock in the profit. Once you get 1-1, break even, which I'm very used to. But I've left a lot of money on the table, like not holding the trades. So once I get over that 2,500, then I'll either hold the trades longer or I'll leave runners. And I think that would boost up. Not boost up. That would get me closer to the balance quicker. So I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I'm getting very close. 4,600. And honestly, I do have to talk about it. Like, the payout could get denied. But if it gets denied, like I said, like I'm thinking very long term with these accounts. I'm not thinking get the first payout and like blow the accounts. I'm thinking get the first payout and then slowly grind to the second payout and the third and the fourth and the fifth, and then on the sixth request 100%. Like I'm just thinking just very long term, very slow and steady type of thing. Because last year it's exactly what I did. I did 5 payouts with the same accounts. So imagine if I did that with 20 accounts. It'd be crazier. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna have to study this video again. That trade was crazy. Yeah, and it's a trade that I've taken many times. Like literally, it's a deja vu type of trade. Like I've seen this trade over and over and over again. So I wait for the same trade every day. Or the same setup. You trading Friday? Yeah. Just closed my trade. Lucky to have made $200. Traded short. Nice. Yeah, shorts were definitely the move. I mean, if you're fighting this trend here, you might be getting cooked. I mean, the selling pressure is really strong. Also, keep in mind, like, the market opened up and the range is already 1,600 ticks. Huge, crazy volume today. And at least so far, most of it happened within the first 15 minutes, basically. So far. We'll see if it goes lower. I think if it gets below this 50% line, what is this? 625. Then damn, that's it. That's gonna be a crazy sell-off. I mean, it already is a crazy sell-off, but I'm saying if it actually continues to go lower, it's gonna be really impressive. But it makes sense, you know? Like yesterday with FOMC, we didn't get that crazy move. Same thing with earnings, so it had to happen once the market officially opened up. We also didn't get that reaction yesterday when the market opened up at 6 p.m. Eastern. No reaction except on gold. Yo, that's funny. I said in the morning, I was like, I talked about gold and I was like, oh, like I saw gold moving up. And I was like, why NASDAQ didn't sell off? And it sold off. That's funny. Why is gold going down though? Damn. Gold is selling off as well. What's silver doing? I mean, I don't trade silver, but yeah, I mean, what is this? Oh, there it is. Yeah, silver looks crazy. Like silver looks normal until you place a trade with one contract. Then it's like, whoa. I mean, and I always like to check it too cuz it's just crazy. Let's just say you put one contract short there. Look at the stop loss. A stop loss that tiny, $2,500. Take profit this small is 6,000. So it's just silver is crazy if you don't trade micros. I mean, even with one micro, like I've seen crazy trades. I'm gonna definitely have to get into these metals. But I think if I trade metals, like it's probably gonna be during agent session, and it's probably gonna be with separate accounts. You know, because I'm already good at New York session, NASDAQ, US 30. But metals is completely different. How do you begin trading from India? I mean, you have two options. You could do it the free way, right? Like there's a lot of free courses on YouTube. The only thing with free courses is you have to watch a free course that's like in order, you know. It's in order for you. You also have to decide which free course are you going to watch. There's some free courses that teach you ICT, which I think for beginners are going to be very confusing. But there's some beginner courses that are free that just teach you the basics. I think I would start there. Learn the basics. Then if you want to learn other concepts, or honestly, like it's another trading language. If you want to learn ICT, then go for it. If it doesn't click with you, don't force it. Because that's what happened to me. Trade by Sai, yes. He's a good beginner, yeah. I like trades by Sai. I like, what is it called? SCC? Something like that. His concepts, I forgot. But it's really just support and resistance. And it's very simple, which is why I like him. Or I like the way he trades. I just hope his profits are real. Because they're crazy, crazy profits. Oh, ICC, yes, yeah. The indication, correction, and continuation. I did not know that's what it stands for. Yeah, exactly. Just support and resistance. Yeah, I've watched his videos and they make sense, you know? It's literally just, okay, this is support. We broke through it. Now it's resistance. It's, I don't know, it's simple. Is that YouTube channel Trades by Side? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And he actually posts courses, I'm pretty sure. Like a free course. And it's in order, which is perfect. I was gonna say your other option is like to buy a course. But honestly, if you're just getting into trading, like you should try to get all the free stuff. Or buy a cheap course. Like that's what I did. But the reason I bought a cheap course was because like what I was trying to do was learn everything quickly. And a course allows you to do that because everything's in order for you. That's the only reason why I bought a course. And the course was like less than $200. It's a very cheap course. These days, though, I mean, you'll see courses that are thousands of dollars for no reason. You can find everything for free on YouTube, especially the basics. How much do you make per month? I mean, last year it really depended, right? Like I had months where I made 10K. I had months where I made 20K. I had months where I made zero. So honestly, it really depends. And from trading, only from trading. This year, I might have months where I make zero, but the next I make 40K. So I don't know. It depends. That's like the just the thing that sucks about trading. Honestly, is just like you can be consistent with it, but like you really aren't sure that you're gonna be consistent with your profits. Like you never know. You could have a really good month, and then the next one is your worst one yet. I don't know. Like you don't really get a set, like it's not like a salary. But that's the risk. It's really the risk. I mean, I think it's worth it too. How long have you been trading for? I mean, I would say about 2 to 3 years. I did like 2 years of on and off. Maybe it was 1 year of on and off trading where like, it was just me not taking trading seriously. So I'd buy an account like a FTMO account. So I traded Forex. I would blow it and then I would just quit for months. And then while I was quitting, like while I wasn't trading, it'd always be in the back of my head like, damn. Like what if I make it work? What if I make this trading work? And then I decided to like go all in into trading like every single day. Show up, show up, show up. And I was showing up with like 2 hours of sleep almost every day. It was honestly a grind, but like it was worth it. And I would say like after a full year of consistently showing up, a full year of consistently losing, then I got like my first payout. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is real. Like I can definitely do it. And it was just up from there. Slowly, slowly. It wasn't like a crazy rocket ship right up. Slowly going up. But yeah, I think if like traders are on and off on trading, like you're not gonna get the results that you want because you're not doing it consistently. You have to show up every single day. And then once you get over that like struggling phase, then it's the best phase. Then you can enjoy. Nice to see you have a proven edge and nice track record. Don't let one tilt day screw everything. Yeah, for sure. Like tilt days are the worst. And the way I avoid tilt days is doing the most simple thing, which is just walking away. I have emotions, right? Like you guys saw it on Monday when I lost. I was pissed off. Two losses straight to stop loss. Zero money in profit. Like that shit, like it pisses me off, but you have to walk away. You have to walk away. You also just have to trust the process. Like I wanted to trade this week, but I trusted the fact that if I waited for after FOMC, then I'd be fine. Also, this Tuesday again, like it was supposed to be a no trade day. Don't know what happened here. It was supposed to be a no trade day, and then it touched up on the zone. I was like, damn, like I've been waiting for this zone for so long. And so I took a short. Short was playing out literally beautiful. But it was playing out in a very slow way. Like I was in the trade for an hour and 30 minutes. And then I got hit break even. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, why did I do that? And then look at the entry too. It's almost 11. And I was just thinking like, oh, like I'm gonna swing it. This is a swing trade. Da da da. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's what it was. Not doing that again. It reminded me of like literally to just stick to your A plus setup. That's what it reminded me. Look at this trade, how tiny it actually is compared to the move that actually happened. That's crazy. I saw that you stopped yourself. That's the self discipline. It was funny seeing your reaction. Yeah, I mean, I laughed at myself as well. And I posted out, like, you know what? Like, this is funny. Like, I took two losses, da da da. And then people are just trolling me in the comment section, like, oh, like, why would you do that? She doesn't know how to trade, da da da. It reminds me why I don't like posting losses. The comments are just always annoying. But I'll post the losses again because that's really what happens. You need to lose in order to win. I'm in the process of switching off Project X and moving into Tradeovate. Do you have a recommendation for a setup video? Because it's a complete switch. I know it looks a little bit complicated like at first, but it's really similar to Project X. You have your buy and sell buttons, your exit. I would say for the copy trading, like if you have multiple accounts, I just search up how to copy trade on Tradeovate. Let me find one. But there's a lot of how-to videos for Tradeovate. You can watch all of them. Yeah, so I would search up how to trade on Tradeovate. You'd get this. Something like this. What is this? I'd watch this guy. 2 years. Yeah, I'd watch that. Any of them. I'd watch any of them. And then if you're copy trading, I would search up how to copy trade on Tradeovate. And then once you search that, there's going to be a couple more. I'd watch any of them. It's really simple though. It's just down to your experience. You have to experience it and then you'll learn more. How much does it take for me to start making money by trading? What do you mean? Like how much money, how much effort, how much time? Are you charting on TradingView then taking the actual trades on Tradeovate? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could connect this to Tradeovate and execute on Tradeovate, but the thing with trading on TradingView is it gets laggy. I know some people like doing it, but for me, like, my entries are very fast, so it needs to be smooth. But on Tradeovate, if you try trading on Tradeovate, it's like, damn, what am I saying? If you try trading on TradingView, it's very laggy. And maybe you won't experience it, but eventually you will. You'll see why most people execute on Tradeovate because it's way smoother. If I try to trade on the go on my phone, TradingView's high key lag. Yeah. Oh yeah, especially on the phone. Dang, I remember trading on the phone. I remember one time, it was a while ago. I had 250k accounts with Apex Eval. I was trying to pass it, and it was literally like 4 a.m. No idea what I was doing, but I was on my phone, and then I placed a trade, and I was like $10,000 in profit on that 250k Eval. I think you need like 15k or something. It's more than 10k. You need a lot. And I just blew the whole thing. I was like, damn, I need to stop trading on my phone. How long and amount of effort needed for me to start making money? I'm currently in high school. Oh, you're in high school. That's perfect. Honestly, the sooner you start, the better. How long? I mean, I would say at least a year. But you could get some results in like 3 months. It's really up to you. But it's just like when you trade for over a year, like you experience everything you need to experience. You experience the losses, the blown accounts, all the emotions that you need to experience as a trader. For example, I mean, what's his name? Brandon Brandall. Last year I was speaking to him and he was just learning how to trade. He was struggling to get payouts. He had gotten funded. And then yesterday he said he requested a 5k payout from TopStep and he's only been trading for like I'm pretty sure less than a year. So it's honestly everyone's different. Everyone's different. But also the way that he trades is very, very specific. And I always told him, I was like, you trade a very specific way, you're going to see a lot of success. Because you trade a very specific setup. And I would say the amount of money to make money with trading, with prop firms, like, you really don't need much. If you have a live account, it's going to take a lot of money. Especially if you're a beginner. You're going to blow a lot of live accounts, which is why prop firms are good for beginners, so you don't have to blow your actual live capital. 90% mental, 10% execution. It's always process over profits. Yeah, I agree. Are you in a Discord? Um, yeah, I have a free Discord. The link is below, I think. Or it should be below. I'm pretty sure too, if you join the free Discord, you can see my free courses. Alright, that was it for me, guys. I really have just been chatting. The trade only took 3 minutes, which is crazy, but that's usually how it is. Because I trade the first 15 minutes. That's literally why you get the best moves that time. Most days. Today, though, I mean, there was actually really good setups afterwards. Just not my usual. Not trades that I would have taken. Like after the initial breakout. I mean, I can see this going lower than what it is now. I can see it going to 670. Then from there, we'll see if it bounces or if we break lower. I'd be very impressed if the market closes below 627. I think I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy bearish. US 30 though, I mean, is this US 30? Yeah, US 30, I don't know what happened. It was just way better on NASDAQ. Who did you learn from? So I learned Forex first from I don't remember her name. But yeah, I don't remember her name. I don't know if she trades options now. She trades options now. I know that. I totally forgot her name. Yeah, like I'm not subscribed to her anymore because I don't watch her. But yeah, it was from a girl a while ago. I remember her course was called Forex Mastery something. That's how I learned Forex. Her course was amazing. I don't think she sells it right now because like not much people trade Forex if you're in the US, but her course was great. It was just the basics, and then I was on and off, so like I didn't really do much. But then I started watching Doyle, and I joined his community, and like I learned supply and demand. I tried training with Doyle, right? But like if you join his Discord and you're a beginner, you're not gonna like it because he trades 1 to 2 setups, and like I know beginners don't like that. I didn't like that, so I left, because he was barely trading. That's what I thought at the time. And like he would be in he wouldn't live trade. I don't know if he does now, but at the time he would just write in the chat and be like, oh, like I'm looking at this, or I'm not in that, da da da. And I don't know, I wanted it right there. Like I wanted money right there, so I just left because it was very like a slow and steady type of thing, which is funny because I'm like that now. But before I wasn't. Like I wanted the money right there. And he wasn't about that. He's a very calm, slow trader, which is good. That's how I am now. And then after that, again, I took a break from trading. Then I came back and I saw Danny Trades on YouTube. I mean, if you searched up futures trading, he's the first thing that popped up on YouTube with the shorts, Bro, I saw him, all these shorts, like making money. And I was like, damn, like this guy's making thousands. Like, I need to get on that. So I joined his community, and Danny trades like he is a gambler. He's a gambler. Like, I'm sorry, he is. And that's where I got my gambling from him. Cause like in his community, like, bro, at first it was great, but then it got into like just trading's fun and all this. Like, I don't know. He just hype it up a lot. And he'd full pour a lot, so I'd full pour with him. I'm like adding contracts. And I get sopped out and I was like, damn. But yeah, I mostly learned supply and demand from Doyle and Danny trades. Which sucks because I know Danny like has a horrible reputation now, but I learned supply and demand from him. And I would say more from Danny than from Doyle, because Danny's trades, like his zones, have the 50% line. The way I mark my zones is how he marks his zones, or how he used to. I don't know how he does it now. But yeah. Also, with Danny trades, like his trading it's not consistent. Like if you look at his trades now, it's oh, I'm buying here, I'm selling here. It's what he feels. Before it was more structured. It's kind of like what I do now. And I like the zones that he did because they would hit. The breakouts would hit. He didn't have a structure. He didn't have any sort of structure. And that's what I made. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to trade very specifically. I want to make sure whatever I do, I can repeat it again. And, like, that's where I got into, like, yes, I love supply and demand. I just need to make it very specific. And now that's what I do. It's supply and demand, but just within that first hour of market open. He'll trade and it'll be like, 7 p.m. Eastern. I remember him posting, be like, on the Discord, he'll be like, oh, like 100 reactions and like I'll trade right here, right now, da da da. Stuff like that. And it'd be like 10 p.m. Eastern. Random times. So I don't know. But yeah, I got a lot of the stuff that I do from Danny Trades, because that's where I started futures. And then, like, I honestly, guys, I always looked up to Danny because, he was making all this money. He would have 100K days in his live account. And, like, I literally, like, he was always, like, inspiring to me. And then when he got exposed for, like, the paper account, I was like, bro, like, that's so crazy. Like, I really thought this guy was real. I don't know, it sucked. And now he's just like, I don't know, not what I look up to. But yeah, I will always like have respect for Danny, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be Lonnie Trades. Like, he really got me into futures. I marked my 1 hour. I had the same zone. That's good. But alright, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys are going to keep trading, just make sure it's a good setup. Setup that you've taken before. If you don't have an A+ setup, I highly suggest that you make one and you make a plan so you know what to stick to and what to follow. And of course, don't be on the charts all day. You're trading for freedom, not just money.